So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and today is a very interesting day in the world of Call of Duty, as Activision has given us some brief new details about COD 2021. Now you're probably thinking, hey, hang on a minute, did I miss something? And you have, but don't worry about it, we're going to catch you up. Every 3 months, Activision holds a quarterly investor call. Now, of course, Activision is a public trading business that has shareholders, so they have to hold these calls and share their earnings publicly to keep the shareholders happy. And with today's investors call, they also gave us some new information about Call of Duty 2021. Now, the news they've shared about Call of Duty 2021 is not huge, it's not game-changing, but it is official news from Activision themselves. And considering there was a teaser for COD 2021 in the latest Season 5 teaser, which I'll explain a little bit later in this video, it's interesting that we're getting some actual details about the game from the horse's mouth. So the Activision Blizzard President and Chief Operating Officer Daniel Allegri said that our teams remain hard at work on the next new premium Call of Duty release planned for the 4th quarter. Now, this next bit is really surprising because the rumored setting for this game is, of course, in World War II, a setting which not everyone is particularly pleased about. Now that this rumor's been around for a good few months now, I'd love to know your opinion in the comments below. If you're at least somewhat keener on the idea now than initially, are you still not looking forward to the idea of it, or are you quite open to seeing what a next-gen World War II game could be like? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. But the next part's interesting. It starts off saying, from a setting that our fans know and love, to an incredible amount of content in development, including an extensive live operation schedule, we believe this release will be incredibly well received. Now, considering the last few months of reception to the idea of a setting in that era, it's really interesting that Activision and the teams believe that this is a setting that fans know and love. Particularly the fact that saying no means that it's a setting that we've had before, which slightly hints more that this could actually be what we're getting. But the fact they're saying that our fans love is really interesting as well. And you do have to bear in mind that back when Call of Duty World War II released, that whole year with that game being the main title, it actually performed really well financially. You've also got to think about the extensive amount of data that they have on hand to be able to look at these statistics. Like my opinion, your opinion, the opinion on any YouTube comment section, maybe even every subreddit, probably accounts to like 1% of the overall player base, maybe even less than that. But on the topic of the extensive live operations schedule, that basically means that the content they've got planned post-launch in terms of the seasons and everything coming into the game apparently is going to have a really big amount of content planned and potentially already created, ready to go. Across all modes of play, multiplayer, campaign, and co-op, development is coming along really well. They're going to be sharing those details with the community very soon. And content-wise, it's a really robust game at launch across all the modes. And the good news for them right now is they've gotten further ahead on their live ops planning for supporting the community post-launch, and the community should also expect that support to be very, very significant. They've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and that is all in our plans as we go forward. They say, in addition to launching a great seamless experience for both current and next-gen console players, which confirms if you don't have a next-gen console, do not worry, you will still be able to play this game and it will be cross-gen. It is interesting to think about how many years it will be until Call of Duty is only on next-gen, because it being released on PS4 and Xbox One probably has a few limits on what they could do to fully maximize the potential of what they can do in the game. But looking at Cold War and next-gen Cold War, they still look pretty similar, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the same case this year. Activision say they're also focused on continuing to integrate Warzone and engaging their direct relationship with the player base through even deeper content integration between the premium and free experiences, and substantial innovation coming within Warzone itself. Now, as someone that plays Warzone from time to time and is so frustrated with the state of the game right now, I really hope that this promise of substantial innovation is actually going to come to fruition in the area of the game that it needs it most, which is anti-cheat. But time will only really tell what Activision will do about that. But with the mention of integrating Warzone, we can expect, as it's been rumored by Video Game Chronicles, that there's going to be another big Warzone live event, which is going to tie into the reveal of the game. I personally loved what they did with the Cold War reveal event last year in Warzone, and I just hope that they can top that and make it an even more immersive experience than just watching a trailer play in game. But Again, the way they did things with words and everything like that, I thought was awesome, and I can imagine that they can go one step bigger this time. But they mentioned that the teams cannot wait to unveil what the team's been working on. They think the community are really going to enjoy it, and the community can expect to see a reveal soon. Now, there was no precise mention on when exactly soon means, but looking at what happened last year, we got the reveal for Black Ops Cold War near the end of August. We're now into August, and we're about to hit Season 5 of Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. And on the mention of that Season 5, what we mentioned earlier at the start of the video, the brand new key art for Season 5 was released today. And in the background, as spotted on Twitter by Eric Maynard, there is a bunch of Japanese writing in the background of this operator, which is repeated a lot like the numbers that you see. But the Japanese writing actually translates into English to say Vanguard is coming. And that's no joke. This says this on official Call of Duty marketing material. And if that's not the biggest teaser that we are going to be seeing Call of Duty Vanguard revealed in Season 5, then I don't know what is. It's also without question the first official teaser that Activision has ever dropped for a title for Call of Duty that has not yet been announced. And if anything proves that the name Call of Duty Vanguard or World War II Vanguard is almost 100% genuine as to what the title of the game is going to be. Like, that is what you call an official teaser at its finest. Season 5 for Cold War and Warzone is dropping on August 12th, which is a lot sooner than we realized, like literally next week. So from then onwards, that's probably when we can start to expect some sort of teasers towards the reveal of Call of Duty 2021. As far as modes confirmed for the game, we got some confirmation again from this call that the game features a campaign, a multiplayer, and a cooperative mode. Now, it's rumored that this is going to be zombies, and I'm all for seeing more zombies, but again, we'll just have to see exactly what they're working on. But at this point, I think it's a no-brainer that the co-op mode has to be zombies. They've tried so many other co-op modes over the years that whilst they have been good, they just aren't received the same as zombies, and it's a staple at this point. And with the rumors of Treyarch assisting Sledgehammer Games on zombies, I really can't see it being anything else. During the Q&A portion of the investor call, someone asked them about Call of Duty 2021, and here is exactly what they had to say.
You know, when we think about Call of Duty, I guess, how are you feeling about this year's release, just in terms of the title itself across multiplayer as well as campaign, but also the cadence and breadth of content to follow, and then just finally the competitive backdrop, given that it's a little bit of a busier year for kind of AAA releases in the genre. Just love to get your thoughts there. Thanks.
We do feel really good about what Sledgehammer Games is leading for release in the fourth quarter of this year. The studio itself has never been bigger or stronger, now with its teams in Foster City and Melbourne and also now in Toronto. And across all modes of play, across multiplayer, across campaign, and across co-op, development is coming along really well, and we're going to be sharing those details with the community very soon. Content-wise, it's a really robust game at launch across all the modes. And the good news for us right now is we've gotten farther ahead on our live ops planning for supporting the community post-launch, and the community should also expect that support to be very, very significant. We've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and that's all in our plans as we go forward. We also have really exciting new plans in Warzone, which Raven is leading. Now, together with our premium release, we have some really fun and what I consider the most significant updates planned for the community across both Warzone and premium as we head into the fall. Now, I do want to mention just a huge thanks to all of our amazing studios who have come together in amazing ways to drive the franchise for this year and for this fall and for beyond. They're doing incredible work together as a team and also as independent studios. And finally, touching on your question on competition, I think competition is really out there each and every year for us, and I think we consider it a good thing for the industry and for our players. And to us, it's not a zero-sum game at all. We believe, compelling new offerings have the potential to only grow the industry as we move forward. So our focus is really the same as it's been each and every year, and that's making sure we provide the most fun, the most incredible, and the most innovative experiences we can to our community as we go forward. And when we look at the breadth, depth, and quality of content that our teams are delivering in Q4 across all our offerings, we do like our position a lot, but thanks for the question, Matt.
Very interesting stuff. I like as well that they asked about competition, because we got Halo Infinite and Battlefield 2042 coming to obviously try and take the reins away from Call of Duty. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but there's a chance, and it doesn't sound like Activision are at all worried. Season 5 is going to be what we're going to want to pay attention to, as it looks like Vanguard will be announced at some point during Season 5, if that key art is anything to go by. And if the game doesn't get announced this month, I will be flabbergasted, because games always come out October, November. They can't leave it any later, and we've gotten used to this late announcement with Cold War last year. But yeah, I personally can't see this game not being announced this month. It's just been so long waiting for something about the game, and it looks like Season 5 is finally the time. If you enjoyed this video, you learned something new, be sure to smack that like button on your way out and subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest news for COD 2021. You can catch my previous upload on your screen now, which is our first look at Season 5 with the official cutscene cinematic, and I'm sure it won't be the only thing we get teased for Season 5 before we actually get the season next week. Turn those noties on, subscribe, and I'll catch you for another video very soon.